This is an excavator's dipper arm cylinder. It had a failed repair. The rod is also a bit too loose for my liking. When the excavator was in operation, hydraulic oil started spraying out of a crack of the barrel on this cylinder. Somebody at the job site attempted a repair, but it failed, so that's how the cylinder ended up at the workshop. The barrel, it's still functionable, it's just a crack under this beautiful welding. I started by gouging off some material so I could see exactly where the crack ran. My smart ass ended up gouging a hole in the barrel. Fortunately, when the cylinder rod is all the way in, the hole is in line with the nut, and not with the piston. So that hole won't affect the operation of the cylinder once it's repaired. I got lucky there because this barrel's way above my pay grade. Anyways, we move forward. I've done some grinding, but the end of the crack is not yet visible. Here you can see I used the torch to heat up the barrel. Thermal expansion opens the crack and makes it more visible. I removed the material till I passed the end of the crack. It was now time to weld it up. It was strange to me that the crack went up the barrel and not around it with the welding. Once I had finished welding, I grinded my welding to blend in with the old welding. I did leave my welding slightly higher for a bit more strength. Next, I touched up with a bit of black paint to hide the repair. I did some investigating to find the cause of the crack. I noticed some damage on the front of this cushioning bush. When the cylinder rod is retracted, the cushioning bush locates into this channel at the end of the barrel. The channel has some damage marks, so I think the cushioning bush wasn't entering straight. My hypothesis may be wrong, but perhaps worn wear bands on the piston could have caused this. I put the wear bands back on the piston to check the play. I was actually expecting it to be worse. I then machined a bigger chamfer on the cushioning bush to hopefully help it locate in the channel. A quick explanation of how the cushioning bush works. When the cushioning bush enters the channel, it restricts the oil flow. This slows down the cylinder rod before it hammers back into the end of the barrel. So I believe there's a possibility that the worn wear bands could have caused the cushioning bush to hammer the back of the barrel before entering the channel. If the cushioning bush was hammering the back of the barrel, it could have caused the crack. I hope I'm right with this hypothesis. Anyways, I replaced all the seals and wear bands. When I assemble cylinders, I use red rubber grease. It is soluble in oil, so it won't cause any problems. When I pushed in the cylinder rod, the cushioning bush entered the channel without scraping, and the cylinder rod did not move as freely as before. I hope this solves the problem.